G'day cocktail lovers, how are you? I don't know about things in your part of the world. In my part of the world, we have a literal actual curfew now. Fine city of Melbourne and surrounds, because our COVID cases were getting a little bit out of control. It was going up and up. And again, the rest of the world, I have to say, for us, a lot. There's a couple hundred to 600 or 700 cases a day. And it was clearly going to get worse. So really aggressive measures have been taken. So I'm not just staying home and making cocktails by choice now. I have to stay home after 8 p.m. Unless I have a really good reason, I have to stay in. Fortunately, I like to stay in and amuse myself by making cocktails. And today, I'm going to make an El Presidente. I was somewhat inspired when I was looking for inspiration. Look, it's Obama's birthday. I was going to initially say, oh, do I have anything I could make a joke, something combining African and Hawaiian elements, you know, for the conspiracy idiots who go, he was born in Africa, even though he was obviously born in Hawaii. And I don't really have anything that suits that. So no, there's a traditional, quite well-known cocktail called an El Presidente, and I'm going to go with that. It's a rum-based drink, white rum, and it's pretty easy to make. It's a stirred drink, nothing fussy, relatively easy to get ingredients, and it's because a lot of rum drinks are very heavy with the juices and the tropical tiki style, which I like, but getting one that takes a different tack is good. And this one is basically an all booze cocktail. Just got to stir it down and serve it. So let's get going. First up, 1.5 ounces of white rum. That's too much. We're also adding 3/4 of an ounce of Blanco vermouth. This is an Australian vermouth, Regal Rogue's Lively White. It's a semi-dry, so you know, there's dry, there's sweet. It's kind of in the middle, semi-dry, and just 3/4 of an ounce of the vermouth going in. We also want 3/4 of an ounce of an orange liqueur. I'm going with another local product, Marionette's Dry Curacao. You can use, there's a few you can use, use triple sec, someone else's Curacao, Cointreau, whatever you have to hand, whatever you like really. This one I do quite like, so 3/4 of an ounce of Curacao. We're pretty much done now. Going to put a dash of my homemade grenadine in. Different recipes I saw said anywhere from a dash to 5 mils. Seeing it's a stirred cocktail, I'm just going to do a bar spoon of the grenadine and stir that in. Given this is basically an all booze drink, I'm going to give it a good stir, about 30 seconds. First to make sure it's nice and cold, but second, a little bit of dilution's not going to go astray when it's an all booze cocktail. Now we're going to strain the cocktail into a coupe glass, whatever glass you have that you think is going to look good. You can see it's got a nice pink tinge from the grenadine. Maybe I should have gone a bit lighter on the grenadine, but it's quite an attractive colour. Let's see if it has a presidential taste to it as well. Oh, that's good. There's a nice balance. Even though it's 50% rum, that's not overpowering it. There's a nice balance being struck between the vermouth and the orange liqueur. And like I said, although I'm getting a bit of colour from the grenadine, not really getting any excessive sweetness, because like I said, it was just a bar spoon that I put in. You could even put in a little less and see how that works for you. But yeah, hey, Obama's birthday was as good an excuse as any to make an El Presidente. If you're looking for a slightly different way to drink rum, as opposed to the tropical drinks you most commonly get with rum, the El Presidente is a good variation. Just the rum, the grenadine, splash of grenadine, vermouth, and some orange liqueur in there. You've got a very nicely balanced drink. Oh yeah, well worth it. Like I said, this is a dry Curacao that I use. You could use a sweeter orange liqueur like Cointreau particularly comes to mind. It's going to give slight variations on the same drink, as is using different vermouths, using different rums is going to give you a slightly different drink, but that's part of the fun. I'd love to hear from you if this is a drink you've tried, or if there's a particular rum, now you've seen it, you think would go in here. What ingredients you choose, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, it'd be great if you did. Maybe tell your friends, ring the bell, get notifications, come back and see what I'm going to come up with next, because I don't know about you, but I need distractions from time to time, and I'm finding making cocktails quite a good distraction. So I'm going to leave you with the El Presidente. Cheers.